Welcome to another and exciting, thrilling edition of Cardinal Locker Room. I'm Andy Nelson, and this is Chris Daulton. Chris, we have a lot to be excited about, and let's get the most important news of the day out of the way. Guess who's here to take your calls, possibly, if you want to call in and ask a question. Mitch Hankins will be here for an exclusive interview. We're really excited about it. Glad he could make it. Thanks for coming out. Let's go ahead and take a break here real quick. Well, like we said, we do have Mitch Hankins here, and if you want to call in and ask questions or about any other Ball State sport, the number is 285-2728. Can we get that up? Okay. Well, that's the number, 285-2728. You can call in at any time, and we hope to get those questions squared away. But, Chris, let's go ahead and talk about that stellar Ball State baseball team first. Go ahead.
Baseball team went on the road this week. We played 7 games. First we went on to Notre Dame. We beat Notre Dame 4-3, and then we played actually 6 games against MAC opponents this week. Started off with Miami, but we played 2 there. We won the first game 14-4 against Miami. Jeff Urban threw a complete game to record his 5th victory. Justin Love went 3 for 5 with a home run. It was his 5th. And Aaron Zano went 3 for 3 with 5 RBIs on the day. So right there in 7 innings. That's awesome. In the second game against Miami, we lost 7-6. Larry Bigby hit his 5th home run of the game.
Of the game?
No, that'd be a record, wouldn't it? Yeah. Thanks for catching that. 5th of the season, excuse me. Then we traveled up to Toledo last week, and we played 2 doubleheaders in 2 days there, so that's kind of funny. I don't know what they did there.
I don't know. It's just Toledo City.
I guess so.
Chris Gabay. Bad joke.
It was terrible.
We're starting off bad.
Yeah.
Sorry, folks.
Chris Gabay won his 5th game to move his record up to 4-2 as Ball State won 4-1 that game. And then the second game Saturday, Ball State lost to Toledo 13-10, and Bigby hit his 6th home run of the season, not of the game.
Excellent.
Again, that would be another record. Sunday we again played Toledo, and we crushed them that day 8-1 in the first game. Jeff Urban, he pitched really well. He's up to 6-1, so the Ball State starting staff is doing amazing this year. And the second game, Sunday, Ball State again won 11-1 this time. Travis Minnings threw a complete game, 7 innings, 1 earned run. And moving on, we got to give you an idea of how good this team is doing right now. Aaron Zano is the number 9 hitter, which usually you think number 9 isn't going to perform for you. In the 7 games, he hit 600 with 2 home runs. Jeremy Ridley, who was named MAC Scholar Athlete of the Week for his performance through March 30th through April 5th, he hit 500 with 14 hits, 6 RBIs, and scored 8 runs. And Brian Dorman hit 375 with 9 hits, 7 RBIs. And right now the team is just rolling. They won 5 of the last 7, 23-10 overall, 11-3 in the MAC, which is good enough for first place in the Western Division. And over the 7 games, they hit 358, and their starting pitching was 2.46 ERA. So they're getting it done. Right now, they received an honorable mention last week in the national poll, but after last week's performance, that should move up. And coming up this week, they have a lot of action underway here at Ball State. So if you want to get out and watch them, they play IU-PUI tomorrow. The day after that, they play IU, and
That's the alma mater of Kevin Ory.
Kevin Ory, yeah.
Just wanted to bring that up.
Cubs. And coming up this weekend, they play again 2 doubleheaders against the same team, Western Michigan. So
lots of doubleheaders, and it looks like the rest of the schedule, it's always these 4-game sets with teams. So quite a schedule left for the team. What is their MAC record again? 11-3.
11-3 right now.
And that puts us atop the MAC Western Division.
So
the Ball State baseball team is rolling. Let's take a look at the softball team. The upstart Ball State softball team improved their MAC record to 7-5 after taking 3 out of 4 games in weekend competition. They basically repeated last weekend's performance. They played doubleheaders with Central and Eastern Michigan, but this time on the road. Hopefully their repeat performance will let the other MAC teams know that the Lady Cards are for real. Let's take a look at that graphic, if we could, about them. Amy Doyle, .615 batting average, 4 runs and 6 RBIs over the weekend. And Bushy with 13-0. Actually, no, it was a 13-0 complete game shutout for Bushy. So the Ball State softball team is rolling. They will travel to Toledo for, hey, guess what, another doubleheader. They'll be home again on the 21st to host, guess who? The Toledo Rockets. Oh. We'll see you there. So let's go ahead and move on to Jeff Mullins with a golf report. This is the first time we're going to have golf video.
Yes, it is. Last week, you remember I came in here last minute for no particular reason and told you the stuff you already told. So, but this week we have highlights of last week's Ball State Invitational. Let's see. Let's go right to those highlights. Senior Kevin Reed and Jamie Brose, they sat out the match because of a match rule so they could save themselves for later in the year. Junior Ryan Williamson playing number 1 on the team with a nice chip shot here on 12, and he would make the par. He sat around even par pretty much the whole day. Then Eric Michaels, a junior, rolls in the birdie putt here on 16, and he kind of lips it in there. He can't believe it. Feeling it, Michaels hits a wonderful approach here on the 17th coming up as the WCRH cameras follow it.
Where'd it go?
It's going right near
There
the hole, within 3 feet. So putting for birdie, Michaels. Okay, can still get a par here. Michaels can still make the par. It's like about 1.5 feet. Oh, come on, Eric. I shouldn't make fun because I've been there and done that. I could probably miss this putt. But he put that in. He would go on to shoot an 82. I'm not picking on you, Eric. Don't hate me forever. Ball State Heroics continued on 17 with sophomore Jason Westrick, who hits this wonderful wedge shot. And thanks, Andy, with the sound effects.
You're welcome.
To 3 feet. And he would, could he make this birdie putt? And he did. Okay, he tied for 6th individually, and over to 18. Sophomore business drama. Major Ryan Chatelain here for birdie on the 18th to get to level par. Oh, it's rolling. Oh, and what a shame. He would tap that in for par with a 73 tying for 6. Back to Jeff Mullins. Hi, I'm back. Ball State was led by Williamson, who you saw earlier, and here is Brian Williamson on 18. He would shoot a 71 when he made this putt, and it goes right there in the hole. Now, Indianapolis beat Ball State by 2 strokes in the team competition, and we talked to Coach, well, actually, here comes if you look at this, he throws the ball towards our camera, but I didn't really see it, so. Okay, anyway. We talked to Coach Earl Yestingheimer, who's retiring after this year after 36 years as golf coach. Earl?
Play. Well, the players that did play played very well. We counted 4, and we shot good enough. But Indianapolis played well, and they deserved to win.
Yeah, they had what, 169, which is two better than your top score, and that's what they beat you by.
That's what they beat us by, and they beat us on the back 9, and so I don't have any fault with them. We had 6, and so those other players should have been able to get in there. We have Marshall, and then we have Ohio State, and then Akron, and then the conference. So we got 4 big tournaments that really are important to us, and we'll have our top players to go. So now, if the players will play up to their potential, we'll do okay.
And we're back.
We are back.
You want to know about what happened this weekend with the golfers,
What's
right?
what's coming up?
Well, actually, last weekend. That was last Monday, so it's a little behind, but we had highlights, and that's the only chance for anybody to see the Ball State golfers this year. It was their only time in town. This past weekend at the Marshall Invitational at the some country club in Huntington, West Virginia. I can't really pronounce it. There was plenty of Big Ten schools there. Illinois was the overall winner with an 862. Ball State was 19 shots behind at 883. Excuse me, that's 21. I haven't taken math for a while. Junior Jamie Brose led the way with 216 over 3 rounds. Kevin Reed, Brian Post, Ryan Williamson, Ryan Chatelain, the other members that played, they looked pretty good going into the final round. They were tied. They looked like they could get one of the top 5 spots, but a couple 79s kind of hurt on the final day.
That hurt.
And
it's about 30 better than I normally
Reed
shoot.
was only 2 shots behind Brose. I'm a big golf lover, and I was happy to see Mark O'Meara win yesterday in the Masters.
I was hoping it was going to be Freddie Couples, but Mark O'Meara needed to win a major.
Nobody wants David Duval to win. I don't know why. But I was going for Phil Mickelson, and he was on like 1 time yesterday.
Jeff, let's stick to Ball State sports.
Oh, I did get away.
Don't you have some swimming?
But it's
or
a
something?
huge event. Do I have some swimming?
Yeah.
I think I do have some swimming, actually. I'm sorry, girls. I haven't talked about you for a while.
No, you're not talking about us, are you?
No.
Okay.
Okay. Beth Clark, a sophomore of the diver on the Ball State women's swimming and diving team, has qualified for the U.S. Diving National Championships to be held in Indianapolis, Indiana on April 17th, which is like this weekend, right? She qualified. What? She qualified earlier this week at Bloomington, I guess, or something like that. Erin Hitch finished her first season as Ball State's women's swimming team by competing in the U.S. Senior National Championships in Minneapolis last week. She placed 49th in the 200-meter butterfly and 5th in the 100-meter fly. I didn't know there was that many swimmers. Wow. But it's a big finish. She's only a freshman, so she's got 3 more years to do her thing, I guess.
There is a lot of swimmers in the United States.
Well, you get 49th. I wonder. She's got to be proud, but it's a
Especially compete at the national level.
Plus, she's from Richmond.
She that was not the NCAA championships. It was just another. There's so many competitions.
Mullins, it's time to go to break.
Is it?
Yep.
Well, I'm sorry.
So, all right, we're going to be right back. But before we go to break, I want to remind you one more time. Call in with your questions for Mitch Hankins. He's here, 285-2728. There it is, the number. That is the official number this week. You can call that one, and somebody will answer the phone and bring the questions out to us. When we come back, we're going to have Neil Gifford with volleyball, and, of course, the moment you've all been waiting for, the exclusive interview with Mitch Hankins. So
we ask you to call.
Michael Jordan, UNCF, take 1.
We're here to tell you about the College Fund. It was set up to help deserving kids get a chance to be what they want to be. Are there any future doctors in the house?
Yeah!
Any scientists?
Yeah!
What about teachers?
Yeah!
All right, now who's going to play professional basketball? Come on. It's a good job. Please join me and support the College Fund. If mine is a terrible thing to waste.
Yeah!
Hey guys, this is Scott Honig. I'm Matt Fry. Together on the Burly Bear Network, we have a cooking show called Half Baked. It's worth a check. We're not very good cooks, but we definitely can have a good time, and we'll definitely make you laugh. Check out Half Baked on the Burly Bear Network.
You train hard to be ready to serve when disaster strikes or the nation calls. If you can spend 1 weekend a month and 2 weeks a year in the Army National Guard, training with men and women who believe that being ready is a part of being free, then call 1-800-GO-GUARD.
Here's my nephew Scruff, about to run into trouble again.
Hey, Bobo, where's your video game? In here. Well, look at this. Uh-oh. It's my dad's. I want to hold it. What'll I do?
If you get my new comic activity book, More Adventures with Scruff, you'll find out what you can do about bullies and guns. And you'll see lots of games.
Cool.
For your free copy of my new comic activity book, just write Scruff McGruff, Chicago, Illinois, 60652, and help take a bite out of crime.
I want it. I want it.
B&B Campus Bike Shop is now in a great new location, just off Tillotson, next to Marsh. B&B carries a full line of Trek mountain bikes, the #1 selling bike in America, complete with a lifetime warranty. And with every new bike purchased at B&B, you'll receive a free tune-up after 30 days with B&B's full-service parts and repair department. The #1 place to get your ride at Ball State is 835 South Tillotson at B&B Bikes.
Welcome back to Cardinal Locker Room. We are moments away from our exclusive Mitch Hankins interview. But first, we're going to go to Neil Gifford, as I like to call him.
Not a problem.
As with the volleyball season wrap-up. Tell us about it.
That's right. It wrapped up. They went into Chicago this weekend, hoping if they won, then they'd play in Ball State next weekend. And Chicago, as we all know, is the home of the Chicago Cubs and home to the best ballpark in the majors, Wrigley Field, as well as the oldest. But nonetheless, the Ball State Cardinals were in Chicago to take on Loyola in the first round of the MIVA volleyball tournament. Now, the Cards lost in 4 games in Chicago, which was the first round of the tournament. They won the first game, 16-14, started out real well, and they led late in games 2 and 3, but they came up short, and there were some questionable calls, I heard, and to quote Adam Havis, "We got screwed." But nonetheless, one thing the players and Coach Shondell both agreed on, it was the best game for the team of the year. Everybody played their guts out, and Jason Ferris said it was a shame it all happened this late in the season because it was really starting to come together, but it just turned out to be too little too late. And it was the end of Dr. Don Shondell's career. I believe Matt the Man Stoltz has a graphic for us. Shondell is in the Volleyball Hall of Fame. There's the smiling man there, Dr. Don Shondell. Finally, he wrapped up his career at 769 wins with 280 losses, a fantastic record in 34 seasons. And I think we're all going to miss the doctor next year. There you see the graphic. 14 times he made it to the NCAA tournament and 19 times won the MIVA conference. So a phenomenal career and certainly going to be missed, but it was a real class job by the doctor coming back this second year. Last year he could have left as the team made it to the Final Four, but he came back and really helped build the program back up. So things wrapped up for the doctor, but the volleyball program is still going to be tough, and so that's the deal with the volleyball team. And also, before I hand it back to you guys, a piece of baseball trivia for you. I know a couple shows ago we were talking about famous players who came from the MAC, and there was a glaring absence. A guy from Kent State won the Cy Young Award, and a guy by the name of Steve Stone. He went to Kent State, believe it or not.
Really?
Fantastic broadcast for the Chicago Cubs.
That I was unaware of, and I'm much a better man for
the MAC can be proud that Steve Stone came from.
Do they have any idea who's going to start coaching next year for the men's volleyball team?
There's a lot of discussion about one of the Olympic coaches or his son, Steve Shondell. My personal pick is Joel Walton. He's a great guy. I've talked to him a couple times, and I really think he'd do a fantastic job. A lot of games, Shondell just handed the reins over to Joel Walton this season, and he coached quite a bit of the season. So I'd like to see him get the job next year, but we'll wait and see, I guess.
All right, thanks, Neil.
No problem.
Here it is, folks. The exclusive interview with Mitch Hankins. Anisha Crowdis, we'll send it over to you.
Hello, Ball State. This is welcome to this edition of Cardinal Locker Room. I have here Mitch Hankins. If we could show a highlight tape.
Is it ready to go?
Just stand by. I think we'll have that coming up here in just a second.
Keep talking.
It's coming. It's coming. Well, Mitch, how are you feeling this evening?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
That's good. That's nice to hear. How did you get started playing basketball?
Everybody in my family played basketball. My mother and father played basketball. I mean, just everybody in my family played basketball, and I've been playing ever since I was born.
Were you well known coming out of high school?
Yes, I was. I was one of the top players in the state. I played on the AAU team. Real popular coming out of high school. A lot of stock, a lot of college. Very highly recruited coming out of high school.
Okay. How do you compare your skill from your freshman year to your present skill now?
I've improved a lot. I'm more quicker. I'm even more quicker. I can shoot the ball outside. I can post up more. You know, I'm even in better shape. I've lost a lot of weight. I've matured and everything. I've been through a lot, and I'm better. I think I'm the best that I've ever been.
What was your motivation before games? What'd you do?
I just concentrate. Just having my mind in the game, going out. Rebound, play defense, score when I have to, just do anything to help my team win, even if it's just playing defense, even if it's just making a big play at the end of the game. It doesn't matter, just as long as we win. That's all I care about, is winning.
How do you juggle both academics and basketball at the same time?
Wow, it's very hard. It's very stressful. we don't have a whole lot of time to study. Traveling on the road and coming back at 3 o'clock in the morning, having papers and tests due. You just have to do the best you can and just stick it out. It's not easy at all. So you just have to do what you can, study when you can, between classes, on a bus, when you're in a hotel room, because after the game you won't study because you'll be too tired. So.
What was it like being coached by Coach McCollum?
I mean, I thought it was a pretty good experience. Coach McCollum's a cool guy. He's a player's coach. He'll let you, he'll let you play. He'll let you do what it is you do best. I played very well in the post, so he let me work down there and come out and shoot the jump shot. I like to come out and shoot the jumper more often, but I mean that's where I was needed at in the inside. But he's a real good guy. I mean, if I had it if I had to choose again a school to come to, this is where I would be again. Because I mean, this place I had a really good experience playing here, playing for Coach McCollum. The staff is supportive. I mean, academic staff. Everybody has helped me. I matured a whole lot, and I recommend anybody to come here.
What was it like playing alongside Bonzi Wells?
It was pretty fun, but I mean, I guess that was my role. I guess just help supporting Bonzi, and when he was down or wasn't having a good night, and I'll pick up the slack. That was my role on the team. I knew my role, my place on the team. I think that's why we as a team this year did so well, because people, didn't go outside their role and try and go off on their own. And that was my role to help, get him open. And then by me getting him open, setting screens for him, I also get myself open because people look to double on him and I'm open. So it was fun playing with him.
Okay, what are your future plans? I know that you are an exercise science major. What do you want to do with that, Mitch? I
want to do physical therapy, but right now I have another year next year. I'm coming back here next year to get my degree, and then after that, I plan on going overseas. But if not, I have my degree because that's what I came to school for. I didn't come all this way for nothing. I came to get an education. That's what I'm here for. I'm not going to leave until I get it.
All right. Well, thank you, Mitch.
You're welcome.
We'll send you over to answer some questions that they have off of the telephone. Thank you.
My nephew Scruff about to run into trouble again.
Hey, Bobo, where's your video game? In here. Well, look at this. Uh-oh, it's my dad's. I want to hold it. What'll I do?
If you get my new comic activity book, More Adventures with Scruff, you'll find out what you can do about bullies and guns. And you'll see lots of games.
Cool.
For your free copy of my new comic activity book, just write Scruff McGruff, Chicago, Illinois, 60652, and help take a bite out of crime.
I want it. I want it.
B&B Campus Bike Shop is now in a great new location, just off Tillotson, next to Marsh. B&B carries a full line of Trek mountain bikes, the #1 selling bike in America, complete with a lifetime warranty. And with every new bike purchased at B&B, you'll receive a free tune-up after 30 days with B&B's full-service parts and repair department. The #1 place to get your ride at Ball State is 835 South Tillotson at B&B Bikes.
They've given our generation a label. X. Generation Nothing. They say we have no sense of purpose. They say we have no war to fight and no cause to believe in. Who are they? Join the thousands of us who are making a difference and wear a label that does mean something.
All right, here he is, Mitch Hankins. We're going to go ahead and answer some of the questions from our viewers on the phone. Let's go ahead and start with this one from Laura in Mishurst. She wants to know, do you think the basketball team has a better shot of making the tournament next year?
I think they have a real good shot. I mean, very young team, a lot of couple good players, Cedric Moody, Brian Burns, some very good recruits coming in. I mean, a very young team, very quick and explosive. I think there'll be a team to be reckoned with next year in the MAC.
You got a lot of guys graduating out of the MAC. Boykins is gone. Bonzi's gone, obviously. Casey Shaw's gone. All these guys are gone. Do you think the talent is going to come from the younger guys in the MAC next year?
Talent from the younger guys. I think Ball State will. I think they will be one of the top contenders in the MAC. If not win it, they'll be up there with a lot of the other teams. Very, very good team. I mean, besides us four seniors leaving this year, I don't really think they've lost too much as far as like defensively or offensively.
Okay.
The team had its hands full this year with Eastern Michigan. That was obvious. But was that the toughest team you played all year? Was it just trying to guard Boykins and things like that, or what caused you the trouble against Eastern Michigan?
Earl was the main problem. Containing him, couldn't contain him. Even when we, try and pressure him, and call a foul on us, or when we contain him or keep him under control, Dow starts hitting outside. It's just, I mean, those two guys are it's one of the top backcourts in the nation. I mean, like, they combine for 50-something, 60 points a game at a time. That's very hard to contain, and they gave us trouble. And as you can see, we struggled with Eastern this year. They came in our place and broke our home winning streak, and we went up there and lost a tough one by a point. So they gave us a lot of trouble. That was one of the toughest teams to play, I think.
What has been the fondest memory that I mean, this year alone you won the MAC in the regular season. You beat a good team in Mississippi. What's been your fondest memory at the 4 years you've been here at Ball State?
I say winning the MAC, beating Mississippi, beating Wisconsin, a lot of big teams this year. Northern Illinois winning at home, winning the close games at home. Just that last home game on the floor at Marshall, like you always remember your last home game, especially, when your collegiate career is over. Just, those times.
Okay. A couple more from the people in the dorms. From the Clevenger group, this is a funny one. Do you remember almost getting hit by a gray Oldsmobile in the front of La Follette on your way to breakfast one morning?
No.
All right.
I don't live in the dorm.
Well, they call them in. We got to ask you. I just wanted to know if maybe you remember getting hit by an Oldsmobile.
No.
But these are the guys that always call in every week. They're great guys. From Andy at Corporal Hall, how many points did you score in the final game of the season? I don't know if they're thinking the Memphis game or if they're thinking
if it's
the
Marshall. Memphis game is 10. If it's the Marshall, I had like 16.
I remember that one. That was a good game.
This is Lori from Mitch. She said, what was the best game of your personal career?
Ever?
Yeah. Well, let's you can do ever, then you can do Ball State.
Ball State, I say Marshall, I had 25 points. Ever, I say when I played in the Coca-Cola All-American game, I had MVP honors, 32 points and 12 boards. So that was two of my best games.
All right. Well, I think that about wraps it up for this edition of Cardinal Locker Room. It was really a pleasure having you on. Appreciate you. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
And we'll be back next week with another exciting and thrilling edition of Cardinal Locker Room. Until then, we'll see you later.